Well, Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez never get over it. But we got, I guess, a little bit of good news for Tory Lanez. Because Tory Lanez, I can't talk today. Third grade reading level, you already know what's the dealio with it. But he gets a new court date amid fights to overturn conviction. So if you don't know, well, you've been living under a rock if you don't know. But the whole thing that happened in 2020, you know, situation happened. Meg was a victim. Tory hit her with a weapon, shot her in the foot, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to sit here and do the ifs, ands, or buts. Some people think it potentially be Kelsey. We get to this here, we see Kelsey's bodyguard saying this didn't happen. Congresswoman is speaking out on Tory Lanez's behalf, saying, yo, this is not right, this is not just, or whatever have you. And just a whole back and forth, a whole hoopla, all this little shit going on. So again, it's getting to the point I feel like this boy could get an appeal. And we can have a little conversation about it. But anyways, let's keep going. So in 2022, Tory Lanez was found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot after a party 2 years ago. Tory Lanez's fight for freedom continues, and according to All Hip Hop, he's headed back to court next month. Reportedly, verbal arguments in his bid to overturn his sentence will begin on August 18th in Los Angeles. Okay, so yeah, close enough. In 2022, he was found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot after a party 2 years prior. The following year, he was sentenced to 10 years behind bars for it. He, along with countless fans and peers, have been calling for his release ever since. Lanez previously filed a request for release on bail, which was denied. The court labeled him a potential flight risk and cited other concerns. News of the performer's upcoming concert date comes shortly after. Court date comes shortly after it was reported that multiple politicians began advocating for his release. This includes former New Jersey, I don't even know, embassy man Jamal Hawley and White House appointee Jack Brewer. The two of them are petitioning California Governor Gavin Newsom to pardon him. Hawley filed a formal petition this month. I humbly implore you to exercise your authority to grant clemency, correcting a grave injustice, and safeguarding a life, the petition states. Mr. Peterson's conviction rests on unstable foundations. Brewer took to X with a post about Lanez's case, arguing that he should be brought home for the sake of his son. As an advocate for second chance fathers, I can't stand silent about Tory Lanez, he wrote. This is another broken case that points to someone else. Another father is lost to the system that rewards headlines over truth. Fatherlessness is destroying our nation. Lanez will be eligible for parole in November of 2029 is crazy. If he is not granted parole at that time, he's expected to stay in prison until 2023. His loved ones, however, expect him home much sooner. Yeah, we'll see how this appeal works for this nigga. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga, I don't know. See, the whole, and I believe Gavin Newsom, this nigga's really trying to get into politics, and part of politics, I don't know if it's presidency or what exactly he's trying to get into, but he's going to need the woman vote, and for the woman vote, it's going to be a little tough if you take out Tory Lanez, who shot a black woman. That's the only thing that's going to be annoying about the situation, so we'll see exactly. This nigga Tory, I don't know about this nigga. I don't see him getting out, but yeah, it's just a situation. At least he got Congress people on his side that are kind of speaking up for him. Even the woman Congress lady, I forgot her fucking name, but she's even speaking up and advocating for his release. So he has that going for him at least. But besides that, I just don't know. Yeah, this nigga Tory, I really don't know. Hey, one of them situations, man. Hey, if motherfuckers could change that scenario situation, of course they would. I'm pretty sure everybody, all the parties involved didn't know shit was gonna go left like this, but it's just a fucked up situation. I will say though, in prior cases that shit like this has happened, like the time span wasn't as long. Now again, I could sit here and be like, I do understand because he is a famous person and they want to set an example that you are not above the law just because you have money and you have influence and blase. So I do understand that aspect of it, but at the same time, I'm just sitting here like, well, it's just a little bit of a situation, if you ask me. But hey, we'll see exactly what's going on with it. We'll see. That's really all I gotta say about this topic. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, like again, hopefully he gets an appeal. Because again, the way the court case happened, the bodyguard was in there, all this bullshit. To this day, I thought that court case was not handled the best, and the way that witness was just wishy washy at the end. Like again, but hey, we'll see exactly what comes from it. So if he does get an appeal and they do run this back in court, I'm not the maddest. I will say Megan is cleaning up in court. She winning almost everything except the whole cameraman thing. We'll see where the fuck that goes. I'll talk about that whenever I get more information about it. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this shit. We'll see what happens. Shout out to Tory. Shout out to Meg. We'll see what the fuck happens with the little situation. But besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. Black TJ there while I'm doing this thing. My name and bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying a little bit more to air me. And I'm gone. Slimes and peace out, gang. Aye.